I think one of the themes for this year's football team, especially as the season gets going, once now that fall camp is underway, is how will all these transfers, these portal transfer additions, perform for the Cardinals? And I think as you look at how the expectations for this team are, you really need to have those transfer additions, whether they be on offense, added quite a bit there, or on defense, added quite a bit there. How they perform. I mean, when you look, especially where I think it's most notable is in the secondary, where, you know, lack of depth and experience was certainly, especially once injury bugs started taking a bite out of that secondary last year, it exposed how thin they were at that group. This year, that because of the portal, they've added a number of guys with experience, some guys that have ranked high amongst the nation. You know, talking about interceptions with Quincy Riley, you've got a lot of experience coming in with this group. So it's not just an increased depth, but it's one that you feel confident about, that you've got a bunch of guys that can step in and be that number one guy when somebody needs a spell. I think you're going to see the same thing with Tyon Evans at running back. At wide receiver is another huge notable area. Obviously, when you lose two guys like Tyler Harrell and Jordan Watkins to the transfer portal, that's usually a sign of concern. But when you add D. Wiggins and T. Huddy, Tyler Hudson, the FCS All-American, that's making you feel a little bit more confident. And I think these transfer additions have been huge for Scott Satterfield and his staff, and we're going to see that become reality as fall camp and once the season does get started for the Louisville Cardinals.